It's all about the Health and Healing Hub experience, each and every Saturday on your favorite station between the hours of 2 and 4, contrastradio.net.
Welcome to the Health and Healing Hub experience. How are you, ladies and gents? How are you? I'm sending greetings of Grand Rising, good afternoon and good evening. It's great to have your company here once again. Come inside, shut the door, get yourself a cup of tea and tune in. I am your host, Funmilola, and this week I am with my co-host, the fantabulous Miss T. Last week I had the most interesting discourse with Brother Daniel Pink of Ubuntu Coffee Saturday, when we shared some insights and gems on inner child experiences and healing tips. This week it's me and the fantabulous Miss T that are exploring the subject of finding your purpose. It's especially how and why we think it is or it isn't important, how we can be helped to find it and know if we are doing our purpose. Last week we jumped in deep. This is a lighter topic, yet still very apt, in my opinion anyway. So why is it important to find this? A question that comes to my mind immediately in saying that is because I thought I was already doing my purpose, to be fair, but I was told in specific terms by two separate people and also many others in the past, but I wasn't aware enough to really take note. To me, knowing your purpose is one of the keys to your success in life, and it's one of my philosophies actually, because of its importance and because it's so fundamental. I'm not talking about a career, which is what most people have to keep their heads above water, pay their bills, etc. There's many actually that are highly paid and they enjoy their careers, but I'm talking about your vocation. Your vocation is your divine calling, what you've come to the planet to do. Yeah. So in that question that comes to mind is why? First of all, why is your finding your purpose important? Is it even important?
Yeah, it's kind of that question makes you dig deep. Yeah, and for me, it is important because it helps you to find out who you are, what you want in life, how you're going to go about achieving achieving your goals. Some people will, without knowing their purpose, fly around through life, going in and out of things that they know nothing about, because they're unsure of themselves. They don't know where they come from, amongst other things, life in general. But knowing your purpose gives you cause to behave in certain ways, become more spiritual, become more selfless. We're human beings, we're supposed to nurture ourselves, nurture our young, pass on knowledge, grow, evolve. Without knowing your purpose, though, how can I put it? I feel like you are kind of in limbo. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. Because sometimes it takes certain situations throughout your life to recognize your purpose. And then it also takes certain situations in life for you to understand your purpose in order for you to go about in such a way for you to bring your purpose to reality. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. So for me, knowing your purpose is extremely important. Yeah. That's just my take on it. I throughout my life, through certain things that's happened to me, good or bad, that's shown me what my purpose is. And my purpose in life is to help to empower individuals and communities so that they can become a better version of themselves, regardless of any past trauma. Regardless of, the religion, the gender, whatever, but regardless of any past trauma, and as we've spoken about this before, we are all suffering from generational trauma, much as any other traumatic experience that you're either gone through, survived, or still going through. Not knowing your purpose can leave you in limbo, for me. It took certain people passing away. I've always been kind of spiritual to the point where when I was younger, I didn't really take it on board. I didn't really understand it. I think at times I was afraid of it, really. It was as I was me getting older, as I was growing up, there were certain individuals that, how could one say, some people call them see a woman or see a man, clairvoyant, that kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But it was certain people that would, gravitate towards me for whatever reason and say things like, you need to embrace it, don't be afraid of it, especially getting more into meditation, which I won't say struggle to do. I kind of put it on the back burner at times because it makes you go really deep. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, you can get really deep in it. But yeah, remember, I can talk for Britain, so I think somebody else got to come in about the purpose. But yeah, for me, knowing your purpose is very, very important. Just like knowing your family tree, your ancestry, that kind of thing. I think that's really important as well. Again, because it shows you who you are, where you came from, and it can maybe enhance is the wrong word. It can guide you. That's the word I'm looking for. It can guide you towards understanding your purpose. Understand where I'm coming from? I was speaking to a couple of ladies a few months back, and they were they're in their 50s, in their 60s, that kind of thing. And they were like, there's certain things that's happened in their life, and it was like a light bulb moment. Like all of a sudden, for whatever situation had occurred at the time, it's like their mindset changed, and whatever they were doing before, they're no longer doing. They're doing something completely different. It's taken them out of their comfort zone, and into new things that they would never, or that they had never even thought of, going into, much less actually contemplating doing it. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And yeah, so for me, definitely knowing your purpose is very, very important.
Definitely, I'd say it is important. And as I said, I talked about it being one of my philosophies. It goes hand in hand with knowing yourself, because know yourself first and foremost. You know yourself,
Yes.
and then you know your purpose. Also accepting yourself as well. All of them all go hand in hand. You know, if you don't know yourself, how do you know your strengths, your weaknesses, your likes, your dislikes?
Exactly.
How can you plan your life in a way that is actually best for you? You know, people meet you in life where you're at. So it's always good to think the best of yourself. That's what I've come to realize. You have to you have to know yourself.
No, seriously believe that. Look at some people that have been to prison. Something major's happened that's got them incarcerated, and time again they'll come out, do the same thing, go back inside, and something pivotal happens. It could be a member of their family or friend, foe, whatever, passing away, or something completely different, but it's opened their eyes. They've changed their views from whatever they were doing before, and they are no longer running down that delinquent path. Yeah, do you understand? They've turned their lives around, and they are now doing some great things in the community, empowering people. Because why? They've got lived experiences that they can talk to people about, and people can resonate with it. You understand where I'm coming from? And they can tell you about the highs and the lows, the goods and the good and the bad. But their mindset has changed. Yeah, it's no longer materialistic. Then, do you understand? They're not interested in the bling bling, the gold, the jewelry, the car, the this, the that. They're more interested in life. And how they can improve their lives, how they can cleanse themselves from the inside, spiritually, it's like, years ago, I used to drink full fat milk. Yeah, I'm talking full fat milk, red duck.
Yes, we believed it was good, didn't we? We believed it was good for us.
That's what they led us to believe. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And you don't know no different. You believe it, innit? It's good for you. And then I remember after I had the kids, and the dad was one time, he drank, is it the semi-skimmed milk?
Okay.
And I was like, that looked watery and Anyway, he put it in the freezer. Okay, yeah, full fat milk and the semi-skimmed milk. And when you see the nastiness on the full fat milk, I said, okay. Yeah. I said, okay, I can hear that. Well, now I don't drink no milk. Yeah, because I went from that to oats milk. Because everyone's saying, try the different milk, the oats milk, the almond milk, or whatever, it's better for you. And I don't drink no milk at all. And I might have some oat milk if it's available in my little coffee and thing.
Oh wow! So you don't? Oh wow!
Yeah, no milk at all. Do you know what I mean? Just small steps, but going back into your purpose.
Yeah.
You go through. You go through different jobs. When you first start working as a youngster, you go through different jobs because why? You don't really know what you want, but you need to be paying bills, earning some kind of bread, as they call it. Yeah. As you get older, as you experience life changes, whether it be economically, socially, morally, bereavement wise, you evolve, you adapt. What was working for you then as you've got older, it's no longer working for you. So you have to look to, but becoming more spiritual, knowing more about yourself, knowing more about your family, knowing more about your ancestors and how they used to do things speaks volumes, because bear in mind, they were there long, way before us, before any technology. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, and if you want to go even further back, bear in mind we are telepathic. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
But you have to know how to utilize that, how to channel it. Exactly. Right. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And it's not until as we get older, we become more mindful of time. Yeah, and becoming more mindful of time. What you were doing to your body 30, 40 odd years ago, your body might take it now, but it is not taking it so well. Do you understand? Yeah, and as you get older, you realise, some of them, for instance, the foods that we've been forced to eat, and I say forced to eat because what's in the supermarkets, we're not putting it there. It's been put there for us to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, and the things that they're putting in the food for us to eat, I say us, people with melanin in their skin. Yeah, a lot of what is being injected into our food or fed to our food, because if they're not feeding it to us, they're feeding it to the food that we are eating, and as we ingest it, it's going into our system. Okay, and a lot of that is toxic for people with melanin in their skin.
Yes.
Do you understand? So it's about also becoming more mindful of what you are putting into your body, because what goes in has got to come out. Mm-hmm. If it's toxic, you understand? If it's toxic, how is it going to come out?
Exactly. A lot of what we are putting in isn't even coming out.
Right.
That's why it's causing all kinds of condition.
Right. And that also includes what you are putting into your mind. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. What you are putting into your mind. I thought I knew a lot, but I know, as much as I know, there's a hell of a lot of things that I don't know, that I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? So, what's going on with our youngsters? Because the knowledge is not being passed down how it should be or how it used to be back in the day to our youngsters, is it? But don't get me wrong, there's some fantastic youngsters out there doing a hell of a lot for our community, putting some of the elders to shame. Because they've had a change of mindset.
Yeah, it's almost like they know their purpose.
Yeah.
And I'd say, well, I did say that I did think that I was doing my purpose, because I think simply because what I was doing, I enjoyed what I was actually quite enjoyed what I was doing, and I was quite good at it as well. But it just took you mentioned the seer. You mentioned the seer, because it was someone that could see. It was a priestess. She was an American, well, she is an American priestess. She's based in the US, and she told me basically, what I was supposed to be doing, which was healing. And it's so strange, and not even strange, it's supposed to happen. It was time for me to know, or for it to register. I met some months later, I was putting on, organising an event at the All Nations restaurant in Dalston. Dalston, and I met someone that came to the event. She was an astrologer, and since then we're really good friends. And she did a reading for me. She did a palm reading, and I didn't even know that the left hand is your past life and the right hand is your current. And she did my reading. She told me the same thing that the priestess told me a few months ago. And I I just brushed it all off. Didn't
Yeah.
brush it off, but I wasn't ready for all of that.
How did you feel when they were telling you?
How did
How
I feel?
Yeah.
Good question. How did I feel when they were telling me?
Yeah. I'll tell you how I felt, just to give you an example, because I think we spoke a little while ago. I was waitressing at a restaurant down in Dalston, Pamela's Wine Bar. It was.
In Dalston as well?
Yeah, in Dalston. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's all happening in Dalston. Mine was in Dalston. My experience was in Dalston.
Yeah,
This was going on with Dalston.
Yeah.
East London.
Yeah, East London. Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember I told you I was putting on the event there at All Nations Vegan Restaurant, and this is where I met the astrologer.
Yeah. So that's uncanny. But anyway, we were a friend, God rest her soul. She's gone over to the ancestors side now. She used to do the chefing. I was waitressing. Anyway, we had the Cameroon football team was down. That's who we were serving food. So imagine it was busy. Anyway, going in and out the tables, waiting, picking up plates and things. And this man, he kept on trying to read my palm. And his wife was like, leave her alone, she's busy, kind of thing, Anyway, eventually, kind of panned down a bit. Read my palm, and he said to me, he was one that said to me, the first thing he said to me was, the person you're with is not right for you. Next thing he said was, you need to not be afraid. You need to learn to embrace it. And I kind of looked at him, and I instantly got goose pimples. As he was saying this, I got the goose pimples, and I had a weird sensation in my belly, in the tip of my belly. Anyway, carried on. Okay. A few months later, happened to be somewhere, and another seer woman basically told me same said thing. Yeah, and I kind of, when each of them was speaking to me again, I got the intuition, the funky feeling. Yeah, the funky feeling. It's like a. I can only explain it like if someone was to, you can get clothes that are made out of mesh.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine that, and someone's throwing it over you, so you just feel a sensation come over you, like someone's. Anyway, okay. And when I was younger, I know, and this is coming from my parents, my aunties, telling me, I'm telling them about some man standing on the top of the stairs. There's nobody there, but I'm talking to this man on the stairs, and so I know I was seeing things. But as I got older, I know I was seeing things. It wasn't a case of, it's my imagination, or I know that certain things was happening. I was not asleep. Do you understand? You have that battle in your head. It wasn't real. I was dreaming, half dreaming. Sometimes they say you may be dreaming and you think it's not dreaming, blah, blah, blah. I know I was not dreaming. You know what I mean? For certain things that have happened. It's as I've gotten older, I've learned how to embrace it, as they were telling me. I've learned how to not be afraid. Because there were times when certain things would be happening, I didn't want to open my eyes, I didn't want to look, because as much as whether you want to call it spirits, ghost, doppy, whatever you want to call it, I know it wasn't harmful to me. It didn't make me feel. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But at the same time,
malevolent.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but at the same time, you talk to somebody about it. They never want to tell you, say you're a mad woman. You're seeing things. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So I learned how to not be afraid, and how to embrace it, and how to utilize it to my advantage. And not because there is a lot of, take for instance, seer people. Imagine some of the things that they see. Yeah, imagine some of the things that they see.
Yeah, because some people could see the future.
Okay.
Them kind of people.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine what's going on in their head?
It's a bit scary.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what scared me at times. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, because there were times, you know, I've had times when I've dreamt something, and I'm talking days or maybe even weeks. I see what happened in my dream, but it's reality now. And because I've mentioned something to a person or a couple of people, they then turn around and call me witch. But not in a bad way, but because they're like, oh my God.
Sorry, they came and did what?
No, I'm saying they then turn around and look at me like I'm a witch. I'm saying not in a bad way. They're like, my God, wasn't we just talking about this the other day, and how did you that? I don't know. I put that down to that's the universe. Do you know what I'm saying? And I utilize that. Can I utilize that? That's the wrong word. That kind of geared me towards my purpose, which my journey where I am now, it's always been in my character to help people from a young age, put it that way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you're ever at a bus stop or somewhere and people just talk to you, don't know you know, but they come in and they're either venting to you, they're telling you and sometimes you just want to sit and gaze. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Accept it, because the universe puts people in certain places for a reason, for a purpose. You may not realize it at the time, but sometimes it's for a purpose. Do you know what I'm saying? So going back to, is the purpose important? Yes, it is. And I think the more people start to realize it, the more people will start to look about healing themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you were saying when you talked about the protection. Did you mention protection? Or words to that effect?
Yeah.
Because in terms of that word protect, I've got this thing in me where I automatically go for the underdog.
Always.
I've got to be on the underdog side. It's like, I've got this, it's like that relationship with my little sister, because she's younger, I'm supposed to, do you know what I mean? Also, how would I say now? The person that's innocent, the vulnerable, the picked on, the bullied, the one that needs help. It's the need to see justice.
I can relate to that.
I think it probably comes from my deity, because my deity is Oya, and she's my matron. She walks with me in this lifetime, so she's like one of my guardians. I have others as well. She protects women, she protects children, she's over the cemeteries. She rules over the cemeteries and those that pass over from this life to the afterlife. So maybe that is why I have this thing, and I've got this great interest in that kind of, that subject. I never used to though. But as you said, we are moving in life, and we're normally growing in some kind of direction. Some people, grow in all kinds of ways. We can go backwards, forwards, etc. Either way, you are moving. And so, I kind of resonate with the protection thing. That's one of my, that's part of my purpose as well, is to protect. And I can see how that aligns with healing, because when you heal, you are, in a way, you are protecting yourself.
Hurt people.
Very much so.
You know what I'm saying? Hurt people. You don't. We're human beings. We have feelings. We need human contact. Normally, people don't set out to hurt people. Do Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about cussing somebody. I'm talking about physically hurting somebody, physically going out of your way. Yeah, that's premeditated to, what's the word? Bring somebody down. You know, humiliate somebody. You know, intimidate somebody, make them feel small, belittle them. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You know, it make them feel downtrodden on that kind of thing. That's not how you're supposed to behave. How would you like it if someone done it to you?
With some people, I could say that some people, their purpose is actually to be that way.
Yeah.
Because some, you know, we're in a dimension where it's polar. There's polar, there's opposites to everything. There's the good and the bad, the left and the right, the up, the down, you know, left, right. It's polarity. That's one of the systems that work here. So there are some people actually that are here. We've got rulers, and most of the rulers don't really care about the people. So what is the people's purpose? What is the purpose of the people? Purpose of the rulers. Everyone has got lessons to learn. This journey that we call life. So I believe that some people, that is actually their purpose. And you know what? You know, they say, or some people say that, you know, everyone has a role. I just hope that my role is always good. Because me, you know what? I'm interested in, you know what I mean?
Sorry. I kind of strive to be around positive energy, positive vibes, you know, positive people, because negativity just drains. I was going to say something then, but I'll rephrase it. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, negativity just drains every orifice. It just takes everything out of you. You know what I'm saying? And then it starts to infringe on what you're trying to create. You understand? Whereas if you look to be around positivity, great things can happen. Excuse me. Great things can happen. You'll feel, you will see and feel a shift in your professional relationships, your sexual relationships, your friend relationships. You will see a shift in certain individuals when you, what's the word? I'd say adhere to your boundaries. Okay, you adhering to your boundaries, everybody else will follow. And the ones that don't follow, it does help. That definitely helps, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. I know. No, go on.
Sorry. I mean, they might not even listen until you have told them. So that should create more time. It creates an understanding of where somebody is, should be.
Because we're talking about purpose, yeah? Just like, I mean, you've got yin and yang, good and bad. Some people believe certain individuals are born evil, i.e. their purpose in life is to create havoc, create negativity, create, what's the word? Sorrow. So, are people born evil? We see children are pure and innocent. But look at, say for argument's sake, Jamie Bolger. Look how young those kids were. Look how young the baby was. What was their purpose?
Would you say that you're doing your purpose? Would you say that that's...
Now, I would say yes. I'm going more into bringing it into a reality, because I've been doing a lot of community work for years, over the last 40 odd years, really. And my thing is to go into doing my purpose full time. That's my aim. And like I said, it's to help, and whether that be individual, family, friend, colleague, business, institution, organization, we all need help. So however I can help, I can go to my ancestors knowing that I did what I could at that particular time throughout my life to help. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And I'm not looking for no glory for it. It's just about helping. If I can, I will. If I can't, I'll find a man that can. Do you understand where I'm coming from? It's that kind of find a solution to your issue, your problem, your concern, because there's solutions out there. You may just not know. Because I tell people sometimes as well, some people go through life and they're not changing their behaviour, they're not changing the way they wonder why they don't get different. I say change your behaviour and you'll get a different result. Change your behaviour. Yeah, and I know old habits die hard. We'll start small.
Okay, well, we have about 10 minutes left here.
I would say, and this is going out to the listeners and us as individuals, what is your purpose? And think about that. Think about it deeply and be honest with yourself. What is your purpose? What are you aspiring to do? What are you aspiring to be? What is your purpose? And if you feel that you're already living your purpose, how is it making you feel? And how is it panning out for you? Are you happy with where you are now? And if you're not happy with where you are now, what are you doing to make a change? But I question myself, what can I do? What can I... Do you understand where I'm coming from? Go on, Lola. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there.
No, it's okay. I think that's a question that came up for a lot of people, especially with lockdowns. People had so much time to think.
Listen, I think COVID, I say COVID, not COVID, lockdown pushed a lot of people to do things that they never would have done had lockdown not come about. It wasn't just a town that got locked down, the whole world get locked down for virus. Do you understand what I'm coming from? Yeah. Imagine that.
The whole world.
The whole world, not a town or a country. The whole world. We've never ever experienced that before, ever.
And so many businesses started.
Right.
I started my healing business during lockdown.
Right. I registered mine during lockdown. Do you know what I'm saying? I registered as a business in lockdown. Do you know what I'm saying? But like you said, whole heap of businesses got registered. Whole heap. And what else did it show people? You don't have to be in a physical building. You can do it online. Why didn't you think of doing that before? Why didn't you think of doing it before? Because I know in the workplace where certain people were asking to work from home, that can't be done.
Oh yes.
Do you remember?
And soon realised and turned around that found that they could do it.
Right. All of a sudden, it can be done.
It can be done.
Yeah. So what does that say? What people are telling you cannot be, it can.
Yeah.
Just have to find a way.
I think also people, a lot of people, especially during that time, became their own doctor.
Yes.
they became their own doctor. They wasn't believing or following the so-called doctors. And they found purpose.
Exactly.
A lot of people decided to come away from GP.
Exactly.
And yes,
a lot of people turned more to holistic remedies, holistic medication. Do you understand where I'm coming from? A lot of people set up different kind of business.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming away from the mainstream.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some people, started to, grow their own food on the allotment.
Oh my gosh.
And now they're like, oh my God, why did I not even think of doing this sooner? Because not only is it more beneficial to me, it's healing me from the inside. Why? Because the food that I'm growing hasn't got the pesticides on it. It's not been injected with anything. It's not got what those things called genetically modified foolishness inside. I saw a video just yesterday actually of a person of colour. She bought them red cabbage in the Indian man shop, and she said the first you peel the cabbage and I take off the not so good leaf before you start chopping up.
Okay.
Yeah, so she took off the first leaf and it looked like plastic. And she was like, nah, it's that. She burnt it. It's plastic. Now I saw, again, throughout lockdown, remember there was loads of propaganda videos going around, you know what I'm saying, about the plastic lettuce, they fling something in the liquid in the frying pan and spin it round. It starts to look like lettuce and then they take it out and package it up like lettuce. Yeah. I was like, look at that. This is a woman that she bought it. Where did she say it was? I have to look at the video again. But I'm sure she said it was somewhere like Brixton. I think it was Brixton in the market. Yeah. Now remember, they are already making the ping food, the microwave foods. Yeah, foods that they send the people up in space with those the packet food that tastes like it could be the sci-fi films where it could be a tablet but it tastes like egg and chips, that kind of thing. Do you understand where I'm coming from? We don't know because we are not in the industry that is selling us the food that is coming to us from the supermarket, from the greengrocer, from the this or that. They are making up certain foods, synthetic food that is toxic. But now these people, it wasn't until lockdown that they thought, you know what? Remember, enough people were going food banks and they're going to try and grow.
Sorry to cut you, just to remind you of the time now, because we're running into time. And I think we're going to have to round up now. We have about another, say 5 minutes.
Okay, so I would say a closing affirmation from everybody.
I just wanted to say though, in that what you've said, I still think it's relevant what we've talked about, because it's showing me the purpose of certain people. It's showing me the purpose of people that are supposed to be in charge, and it's showing me my purpose and the purpose of others that may feel that they don't have any role to play in it, in the scenario, and it reminds me that I have to continue to study, and because time is running, I'll cut it short there. But you were saying something about affirmations?
Yes, we have an affirmation from each and every one of us.
Oh my God, you caught me off guard here.
An affirmation.
Put me on the idea.
Alright, my affirmation for the listeners and for us all is to do things that bring you joy. Do things that make and sustain your happiness.
I love that. I'd say I've got mine's got 4 points really. I'd say to know, accept and love yourself. To find your purpose and live it. To pick up a drum and make it part of your life.
All right.
I'd say build a relationship with a higher power.
I like that. That's a mic drop right there. Yeah, that's a mic drop right there. I love that. I love that. It's blessings, everybody.
If you're in need of a professional and fully experienced counsellor or the very best in counselling services that go all out, contact info@unitedwerisuk@gmail.com. That's info@unitedwerisuk@gmail.com. UNITEDWERISUK